Ghana has dropped 30 places to a record 60th position on the World Press Freedom Ranking by Reporters Without Borders, the worst in nearly 2 decades. Though Reporters Without Borders acknowledges Ghana as one of Africa's most democratic countries, which enjoys a vibrant and pluralist media environment, it also found that journalist safety has deteriorated sharply in recent years. Part of the report reads, quote, in 2020, reporters covering the effectiveness of anti-COVID-19 measures were attacked by security forces, and political leaders are again making death threats against investigative journalists. Nearly all cases of law enforcement officers attacking journalists are not pursued, unquote. The trend shows Ghana's ranking dipped consistently from 2018 and stabilized at 30th in 2020 and 2021, but took a nosedive to the 60th position in 2022. Free press is an integral part of every functioning democracy across the globe. In Ghana, press freedom is guaranteed under Article 1621 of the 1992 Constitution. Ghana's parliament in 2001 repealed the criminal libel and seditious laws which had been used to incarcerate journalists in the past. This was a campaign promise fulfilled by former President Akufo-Addo with a view of expanding the frontiers of press speech enshrined in Article 21(1)(a) of the 1992 Constitution, which states, quote, all persons shall have the right to freedom of speech and expression, which shall include freedom of the press and other media, unquote. On World Press Freedom Day in 2018, when Ghana was ranked first in Africa and 30th globally, President Akufo-Addo in an address said he preferred critical media.
I will say again that I must prefer the noisy, boisterous, sometimes scurrilous media of today to the monotonous, praise-singing, sycophantic one of yesteryear.
In fact, the president has always touted his government as a believer of free speech.
Let me state that I am a firm supporter of free speech. The government I lead is also a firm supporter of free speech, amply evidenced by the atmosphere of free speech prevailing in the country.
Over 2 decades after the repeal of the criminal libel and seditious laws, there are fears Ghana may have been gravitating back following reports of how state security have treated some journalists.
It hit me in the back. Like I said, when I do this, it's pain.
I did this till the point I could no more do. Then you see my back?
Yes.
They hit and I fell like this.
I didn't know where the stick came from. My back. Then they started beating. Whatever they lay their hands on was used on me.
Internationally, the democratic credentials of the country seem to have been dwindling. The BBC in a recent report highlighted what is described as a crackdown on free speech in Ghana, citing cases of alleged abuses against journalists and social activists. This, however, did not pass without veteran journalist and former Minister of State Elizabeth Ohene taking a strong exception to the report. There was also the U.S. Department of State report on human rights abuse in Ghana, parts of which reads, quote, there are isolated attacks on journalists by members of security forces, as well as by unknown assailants and occasional threats and intimidation, unquote. While some journalists, including investigative journalist Manasseh Azuri-Awuni, are not surprised at the fall of Ghana on the Global Press Freedom Index, managing editor of the National Forum, James Kwabena Bonfe, is shocked.
I'm surprised. I'll be surprised that anybody would say that empirically in this country, media freedom has worsened. I don't see it.